sack 'em. Fight, 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 fight. No Vikings run out the score. You hear us yell for more. V-I-K-I-N-G-S. Skol Vikings, let's go.
The #1 podcast of the Minnesota Vikings. And now, Odin's Den with A-Train and the Hammer.
Hello, this is Thor, and you're listening to Odin's Den, my father's favorite podcast. Convenient? I think so.
Let's lead the charge with the Jalahorn.
A-Train, how the hell are you?
Well, I'm doing pretty good. Welcome back, everybody, to Odin's Den. It's A-Train and the Hammer coming at you, recorded, not live. We're live right now, but not for you. And it's what episode is it? I don't know. What episode is it, Hammer?
Oh, you said it was 100.
Oh, 100. Holy shit, a century? A century's worth of episodic humor?
This is the 100th time we've done this.
Correct. Can you believe that?
I guess not quite the 100th for me and you specifically, because there were 2 or 3 episodes there that I missed along the way because they were
That's true.
Monday night games and such. But
that's very true. Technically, we already would have passed the 100 episode mark too. I mean, the first 3 seasons there was at least 1, maybe 2 month. July we would skip. Maybe a week I couldn't get a co-host, things of that nature. Even just now this last season, just 2 weeks ago, we ended up not doing one just for scheduling reasons and stuff of that nature. So yeah, but technically we already would have well passed. We'd probably be at like 106 or 7 or something like that. But we digress. It is episode 100. I kind of can't believe it. I got a special episode planned for everybody. Thank you for tuning in and listening. We do really appreciate it. We wouldn't be doing it if you weren't listening. So, how has...
I would be doing this if people weren't listening. I would just be talking to you about
just
Vikings.
Sitting in a chair talking to a mic that's not going anywhere?
Well, I guess I wouldn't be wearing a headset talking into a microphone.
Well, obviously we talk about the team, but isn't it kind of nice having this format to maybe have other people hear us talk too?
I don't hate it.
Okay, hey, step in the right direction.
Hammer likey.
All right. Yeah,
yes, absolutely.
Yeah. I think you've come around to it a little bit. You're a very modest fellow, and you don't care about the technology or the fame or the fortune of doing a podcast, but
not especially, no.
But it's fun. It's fun.
But I've loved the Vikings for as long as I can remember, and that rubbed off on you enough to where you wanted to do a podcast, and now 100 episodes later, we're still here. I can't believe it.
It's cool. It's cool. I feel like something should be done. Yeah. I mean, did you think that I don't know if we've talked. I mean, we know your overall outlook, kind of broadly taking a step back, but I don't think we've really talked too much or heard from you too much about how, like, what it means to you, what the 100 episode means to you, or if you thought we'd ever get there, or what you think about the whole listenership side. You don't think too much about it because you don't have too much to do with it, but what does the 100 episodes mean to you, Hammer?
Well, I wasn't thinking we would get to 100, and I wasn't not thinking we would get to 100.
Agreed.
That's not something I was thinking about, like when we were in episode 5 or 10 or whatever. You were keeping track. I wasn't.
Well, I just number them as I went. Instead of just a name, I numbered it. And technically, the number scheming I left 3 digits there as if to be like, well, there's room. I mean, it's not like I couldn't mark it 100 without the 0, but I technically put 001 all the way up, like as if I was ready for that to happen one day, maybe if it did, type of thing. I don't know if that was just a psychological thing on my part, but.
Well, the funny thing is, initially when you asked me to do this podcast, I turned you down.
I don't even really remember that.
You don't really remember it?
Not really, no. I don't remember you saying no or having to like convince you.
I did say no that first time. I didn't think anyone would ever listen. And
Correct. That is the big hurdle of having people listen to an audio podcast.
I've never done anything like this before. Wasn't sure I could do it. Wasn't sure, anyone would care what my thoughts were on anything.
Correct.
Let alone Vikings. But then you were just kind of begging and pleading and saying, "Oh, come on, please, man, please, I need you." So
that's completely false.
I finally, there's some truth to it.
Completely false.
Well, then I said, "Yeah, all right, fine." And I can't believe it. We actually got to 100 episodes. That is something.
100 episodes and well over. Let me look here.
Do you think we'll get to 200?
Well over 12,000 individual downloads at this point.
Is that good?
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's not bad. It's not bad.
Oh.
We're not a huge pod cart, but we're slowly growing and we're nothing to sneeze at. But again, we wouldn't be doing it if it wasn't for the listeners. We wouldn't be. Like if in that first season, if in the second season things just would have stayed the same, and then the third season they like almost went down a little bit, like the listener numbers or whatever, like if it didn't really do anything and just kind of stagnated, I probably would have canceled this thing fucking a year and a half ago.
Oh, okay. Well,
I wouldn't even be doing it if it wasn't for the listeners.
Everyone listening, I'd say thank you, and you do you, bros.
Correct. You do you. Well, the Hammer let us know what he thinks about it. I was inspired last night, and in a rare inspiration of productivity, I put together a little something that I was going to play today.
Oh, so, a pre-recorded segment? Okay.
Correct. So listen to this. What does 100 episodes mean to me? That's a good question. The more I think about it right now, making this, the more significant it actually starts to become. I had no idea what was going to happen with this when we started it. No idea. We, obviously. No clue. When I started naming the episodes, it was an interesting but a sumptuous move to put the 3 digits, the 3 potential digits in there, like I knew 100, like it was gonna kind of like happen, like I knew episode 100 was coming, like we were gonna hit it. I honestly had no expectations. I didn't even know if anybody was even gonna listen to this, but I wanted to go for it, and I'm proud of what we've done. And I think we've done a good job. And obviously we want to continue to do this. But I really had no expectations. Maybe we'd get there, maybe not. Maybe it would have lasted 1 season. One of us moves away or something. Who knows, man? Who knows? I don't have the best track record with starting and finishing projects sometimes. I really, really actually don't. But I do love this team, and I really like audio and making a podcast. I really do. We've upped the game, the quality. I really do enjoy it. Sometimes it's tough sitting down and making something. Spending the time to make something. Because it's more fun to do other things that you want to do, But it's a labor of love, and it means a lot to hit 100 episodes. We should really do something. It should really be celebrated to hit 100 episodes. And in the past, I got some sort of an ice cream cake when we reached like 1,000 downloads or 3,000 downloads or something. But we're definitely well beyond that now. And it's we're not a big pod cart. but we're definitely doing something. If somebody listens, if I make somebody laugh, somebody listens, they're entertained, they get a little news from us. That's all we want to do at the end of the day. That's all I want to do. Just two dudes that have known each other for a long time, talking Vikings. 100 episodes should mean a lot. It does mean a lot. It really does. All right. What'd you think of that, Hammer?
Oh, it's nice to hear that you're super duper pumped about 100 episodes.
Yeah, well, the more I was thinking about it, the more I was like, this is a nice staple, man. There's probably podcasts that don't even reach 100 episodes. There's probably podcasts that do it for like 1 year. They don't see the downloads or the listenership that they think they should see. They don't wait for that growth and they just quit. Or, I mean, if I would have looked at the download numbers in the first year and just based, going forward on that, I mean, yeah, it's not great when you start with scratch. You start with nothing. You're just a new podcast. Yeah, your stuff doesn't look good, but then you stick with it. You add more ways to listen. You do more stuff, and you grow you slowly grow it and grow your listenership and everything.
Okay. Well, regardless of how many listens we get, I'm willing to do this.
Right.
There's no skin off my back.
But again, circling back to if literally, virtually not that many people were listening to this, it wouldn't be worth doing it. We might as well just have a conversation between us.
Yeah, we could still talk Vikings
Correct.
Without microphones, right?
Correct, exactly.
Okay, cool.
Exactly. But I like
That's
doing
all
this.
I want.
I like doing this and having the website and the social media and talking to fans, interacting with fans if they want to. So
Yeah, that is really cool. You get that much enjoyment out of like social media and
it's fun.
Stuff like that.
It's fun. I might not always have a lot of motivation to do things like that, but it's fun. It's definitely a good time. And yeah,
we are different people. I usually don't have any trouble seeing anything through. I generally do finish what I start, but I don't care about social media, and you can handle all the Twitter, all that. But
oh yeah, and I do. Maybe not with a lot of Vic and vinegar, but I do.
So are you going to put like pictures on the Odin's Den Twitter page of me having to buy you a sub because I lost the score prediction
We
game
should.
and you just clinched?
See, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
That's the type of stuff that should go on social media.
Okay.
That people might be interested in seeing, that listen, and they know that the game's going on. Yes, for anybody for the update. I said 30-20. Hammer said 23-16 for the Chargers game. I won, not even by that big of a margin. It was 19-22 for the spreads. So I won, and that clinched it for me. You literally can't come back after that.
Yeah, no drama going into the last game this season.
Can't wait for that sweet sub.
I get
victory.
to buy you a sub sandwich.
I can't wait. But yes, again,
Hammer said
No, I think it's the opposite.
Hammer likey.
But again, we digress. But yes, thank you again, listeners. I didn't mention it in that pre-recorded segment, but obviously I can't thank anybody who's ever listened to this for 1 minute or one download enough, and we appreciate it because we do it for you. I wouldn't just sit here in this. I wouldn't have invested in all this audio equipment and made the site and put all the time into the episodes, editing them, putting them up, everything that we've done.
Well, recently
if it wasn't for the listeners.
Recently, we started doing this podcast for the Purple Pain forums. Also,
that is correct. That is correct. The good old Purple Pain forums. If you want to go talk about how much you hate squash or Pizza Hut, or as we call it, Pizza Butt.
Hey, I like Pizza Hut.
It's really not that great. There's a lot of better places. If you think Pizza Hut's better than like Mattio's per se, which is unfortunately closed now in this area due to other circumstances, not bad pizza or bad business, but if you would choose Pizza Hut over like a place like Mattio's, I don't know, man. I don't know what to say about that, man. You might need a brain transplant.
At any rate, purplepainforums.com has all sorts of Minnesota Viking threads, and they got off-topic threads where you can discuss whatever you want. If you want to talk about sub sandwiches, whatever, you're good to go there.
If you want to call the hammer a knob, then you're fine there too.
Yeah, do whatever. I'd say regardless of, just go check out purplepainforums.com.
Correct.
Everyone there, super nice. It's a Minnesota Viking community.
Correct.
People get to know each other on the website and everything. It's even I like it. That says something.
Correct. Correct. You don't do too much on the internet.
Go there today.
You're even a hermit on the internet. So
Even if you're just being a lurker, just do it.
just sitting there in the corner, creeping in the bushes.
That's how I started out.
Yes. Yep. Yep. You sit over there in your "I'm with Stupid" hoodie from Odin's Den, just sitting there typing away on your keyboard, clacking away on your Vikings keyboard,
It takes me a little longer to type, but I try.
littered with crumbs. All right.
Okay.
Yes. PurplePainForums.com. All right. Well, now that we got the sentimental stuff out of the way, the Purple Pain forums out of the way, check them out, please. Man, what is it? December 16th? And the holiday's right around the corner, too. All right.
Time flies when you're having fun.
I guess, man. Let's get into the news here real quick. Not too much to touch on. Literally not even worth playing our news intro segment, to be honest. Speaking of which, I busted out the old intro and outro of JB, the Honest Trailer Guy, for this 100th episode.
Oh, yeah, that was our very first opening
Correct.
that we did, yeah.
Correct, yep. Well, I mean, we've only really had two. We had JB's and then we have Eric's, which is the current one, which we've had now for almost 2 seasons. I think JB was the first 2 seasons, and then this one's been for season 3 and 4. Because this is our 4th football season.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is our 4th.
This is our 4th football
season of
season
this
covering
podcast.
our beloved Vikings. Okay, so roster moves. As far as I could tell, there was one move that happened. We signed running back Tony Brooks James to the practice squad on December 11th. And who is that, you ask? Well, he's a running back. He was an undrafted running back in 2019 who's bounced around to a few teams, and then now apparently he's on our practice squad.
I had no idea who that is.
Unfortunately, nobody else does either. All right. Did you dig up anything else for the news segment of this episode?
I did not, other than just Dalvin Cook's injury is going to be a pretty big talking point in this week leading up to the Packer game.
Is it bad? It's fine to touch on that. Is it bad?
Well,
It's
Zimmer
shoulder
said,
now, right?
well, all Zimmer said was it was a different injury than what he had before, because
Right.
before Dalvin, I think it was a chest injury that was bothering him. And then after he got tackled in that play in the Chargers game, it was his shoulder.
Correct.
Yeah, I don't think Zimmer went too into detail on it, but all he said, I think, was just that Dalvin might be able to push through it. So
Okay.
that means whatever it means, and who knows if Madison will be back. And it's
Yeah,
something
he's
you
hurt
got
too, man. That sucks.
ankle injury with Madison. Yeah, he missed the Chargers game, and it's something you're going to need to just be watching practices Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, just who's a full participant, who's limited. That's what'll probably tell you.
Thank God we got
Who's
depth
playing?
and we got Boone.
Yeah, Boone.
He's
looked
another
good.
great replacement.
Got
Just gets out
Thielen
there.
back. That was nice.
that is correct.
Well, that's about it for news.
All right. Well, I got a couple quick snippets that I grabbed from social media over the week here. Harrison Smith and Anthony Harris are the only NFL safety duo to reach 50-plus total tackles and 2+ interceptions this season, according to league statistics. Smith is second among NFC safeties with 10 passes defended in 2019, while Harris is tied for third with 8. So our safeties are essentially elite.
Safeties are swatting passes away,
Our safeties are
just
elite.
like Kendricks at the linebacker spot.
Oh, man. Elite. Go out and vote for those Pro Bowl votes, too. I think that's going on right now. Get
It's
out there
very
and
nice
vote.
that the elite players on the defense are in the middle. A lot of times they say you want to build it middle out, and that's kind of what they're doing.
A middle-out algorithm like Pied Piper. Perfect.
Oh, from Silicon Valley, the
You got
HBO
it.
show.
You got it, which is over now, and it makes me sad, but anyways.
I just started season 2 of that show.
Well, I know we used to watch it a little bit.
Well, I saw bits
All we
and
watched was
pieces
season
of it.
1.
Yeah, I've seen bits and pieces of
You
it.
probably weren't
I've
paying
never,
attention half the time.
Yeah, I've never seen the show. I'm actually watching it from beginning to end now.
On my HBO Now.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. Hey, if I could share Silicon Valley, a good show in general, with anybody, I would do it if I could. I'm that type of guy. Okay, so my only other little piece of news here is the Vikings offensive line gave up 40 total sacks in 2018. This season, they've given up just 23 total sacks with 3 games remaining. That was obviously before the Chargers game. A large jump in production in just one season.
Well,
rag on our O-line all you want. That's not bad.
Well, part of the credit would go to Kirk Cousins. He has been getting rid of the ball a little quicker this season, I think, than last season.
He's definitely just turned it on this year.
He gets some of the credit, but, I mean, Garrett Bradbury and some of the additions also. Well, plus the new coaching with the Denver Mafia. I mean, all three of those things have kind of combined to keep the sacks a little more reasonable this year.
Kubiak wants to go to the Super Bowl for the 8th time, man.
Oh, let's get him there.
He's been there 7 times between being a player and a coach, and he's got that prestige, and he wants to go back again. We definitely have the experience on our side with the Kubiak, with the
coaching,
Mafia. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Well, him and his son are a part of our organization.
I don't think we have too many players that have played in a Super Bowl, at least not yet.
No.
At least not yet.
Oh, for some reason, it just popped into my head. You know how random my brain is. Did you see where Cordero laid out that Packer?
Oh, I watched the game on that punt where
Yeah.
the referee thought the guy made a fair catch, but he didn't, so it was just a bullshit flag.
Laid him the fuck out.
Yeah.
I think they fumbled the ball, too.
He fumbled it.
That
It
was
should have been Bears ball, and
fantastic.
the Packers kept it. And
That was fantastic.
well, the referee mistake wasn't.
No, but I like the hit on the Packers.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, any hard hit on the Packers just puts a smile on Adrian's face.
it was clean, too. It was led with the shoulder and everything.
Why so serious?
Yeah.
All
Because I hate the Packers.
Well, we all do, especially this guy. It's been
Oh,
a
I
while
love that
since we
drop.
had that one. It's been a while. I thought we'd almost kind of do
Well, we've had that drop since episode 1, haven't we?
I think so. Yeah. I kind of filled the drop panel today with some of the originals, some of the favorites, the ones we probably had on here a lot. But, 100th episode, there's nothing wrong with going a little old school or going a little classic, if you will, because
Yes,
we've been
very
around
nostalgic.
We've been around for a while, man. Four football seasons.
Well, I've been around a while. I'm old.
100 of these. You've came over here 100 times in the last 4 years. Okay.
Not quite.
Yeah, that's not true. Take off like
96 or 97.
take off
I
like
think.
5 of those. Yeah.
Well, I missed one episode the first season, I know.
I know we skipped July the first 2 years. And then if you count in the J-Rock one, twice with Ronster, another skip in there. Yeah, it's probably 5 off. Anyway. All right. So I don't have I do have another pre-recorded segment.
Oh, nifty.
Yes. It is a host profile. It is the long-awaited, long overdue.
Oh, no way. A-Train?
I dragged my feet on it for forever.
Well, you made one of
A-Train's
me,
host
so,
profile.
yeah.
A-Train's host profile is fresh off the presses. I will just precursor it. I shouldn't, but I will. The same person who contributed, our same awesome fan who contributed from before.
Who pretty much made the Hammer
Correct.
one and
Correct.
then the J-Rock one.
Yes.
Sure.
He contributed to this one, and his voice is there like before.
Well, thank you, Superfan.
But I did a lot of the editing on this one, and like found the clips, and I kind of put this one together. So I'm precursoring that because it's not as good, it's not as perfect, it's not as awesome as our other fans' contributions, if you will.
Well,
I
made
had
a whole
bigger hand
segment
in
making
this.
fun of me, so let's hear it for you.
I had a bigger
A-Train.
hand in this. I had a lot bigger hand in this, but he definitely contributed and is the voice again of it. So
All right, stop talking and play it.
okay.
He was born in Fargo. Yes, like the movie. Yes, and the TV show. He hasn't always liked football. It has developed, slowly and steady, like an STD. He stole a car once.
What kind of allegations are you talking about? Because you've spent the night in a jail cell before.
No, that's not what I'm talking about. Don't talk about that, man. Come on.
It was when you were young and
Young and dumb and full
Yeah.
of vigor, and it had nothing to do with other people. Just me and a car.
the report said he had a blood alcohol content of 0.10.
That's
and
a low score.
Had a loaded, well,
He does a lot of crying.
A little bit of sad music. Cue the sad music, because there's some people that I didn't want to see leave, they left. And I'm just gonna eat my feelings. Blasting game. It's over. Put a fork in this team. I don't want to watch any more games. I don't want to see any more fumbles. I'm done. He had to have his whole lower half, his lower torso removed. He lost both of his legs, but he can still play for us. He can still play if he's in one of those like little three-legged dog wheelchair thing, like rollabouts. I don't know what they're called. So that's it for Sam. Back to the Rams with you.
He might have had multiple strokes live and on the air.
I guess I'm not sure what you're really getting at. A
I
hamstring
don't know
injury
either.
can be a big deal.
I never know what the fuck I'm saying. That's why I love podcasting, because I can just ramble and ramble like a fucking mental patient.
Yeah, for a guy that doesn't know what he's saying, he wanted to do a podcast. Makes
Hell
all the
yeah.
sense in the world.
Hell yeah.
He loves caribou, like a basic white girl.
Yeah, we're in the A-Train swanky Fargo apartment, and
That's
he's
right.
got his caribou coffee.
That's right. I already finished it. But yeah, nothing starts your day off right at 11 o'clock. Like a caribou coffee.
Well, caribou solves a lot of problems.
It does. It really does. And they're not even a sponsor, but they can send me a check whenever they want.
He never went to college, unlike the brilliant minds at Dartmouth.
He is A-Train on Odin's Den. Hey, that's me. Oh, what'd you think of that, Hammer?
Oh, Dartmouth. That takes me back.
I don't think that one is nearly as good as the other ones, but again, I did my best, and it actually took me quite a while to try to dig up all those clips from the episodes. I didn't even get as many as I wanted to. I probably played too many in the crying section. That was probably a little too long, but again,
That works.
man, the ones he made are so amazing, so funny, so on point. I love them. And we will continue to play those here too. But yeah, so that's the A-Train.
Well, don't
host
beat him into the
profile.
ground, but every
Yeah.
once in a while, it's a change of pace.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. So that's my hodgepodge version of my own profile. Anyway, let's go ahead and move into the game, the Chargers game. If you live under a rock, then I'll let you know we won. We almost scored 40 points.
39-10.
39-10, man. We whooped on them. And who did they whoop on? The Slackers.
L.A. Chargers.
They whooped on the Slackers, right? The Packers.
Yeah.
Chargers beat the crap out of the Packers, and we beat the
When
crap
they
out of the
played
Chargers.
them, yeah.
Yeah.
So by proxy.
So by
it's sorta
proxy.
like- yeah.
Correct. Correct. Yeah, that was the game yesterday at 3 o'clock. Fantastic win. Always helps you sleep good and feel good. Let's dive into the game here. What did you? Man? Our offense. I think we had one missed extra point. Otherwise, I think the kicking was pretty on point. Offense looked fine. Obviously, we almost scored 40 fucking points.
Well, that first drive of the game, the opening drive, was a thing of beauty.
Yes. Yes, it was.
And the offense just felt crisp, felt good. I mean, Kirk Cousins was throwing across his body to the middle of the field, but guys were wide open. When you're doing that and still completing passes, you know,
Right.
it's going to be a good day.
It's gonna be a good day.
The first half defense was a little disappointing. At how many 3rd and 7 pluses did the Chargers convert that first half?
I mean, we may have given up a bunch of those conversions, but still, if you look at just by the numbers, we only gave up a field goal to them in the first quarter, and then 1 touchdown in the second quarter, and then they never scored again, and 10 points total. That's still not a bad day. That's still not a bad day on the field.
In the second half, the defense was kind of had the benefit of playing with the lead. Because I know the Chargers had kind of driven it down late in the third quarter, and they had to go for it on 4th down because they were down by couple of touchdowns, then we stopped them. It's like, well, if it was a closer game, they would have kicked a field goal there, and we would have given up more points. And I mean, there's a lot that goes into an NFL game, of course.
But the biggest thing in this one that if you watched it, I'm sure you noticed, they were a fucking turnover machine, a literal factory of spitting out fucking turnovers.
And you blew it! You blew it!
So, yeah, you ain't going to win a fucking game when you give the ball over. I think I heard 7 times is the number. Let me try to find
Oh, yeah,
that.
it was 7-1 was
Yeah.
the turnover battle.
Yeah, they lost 4 fumbles, and they threw 3 interceptions. You ain't going to win a game. No, you don't always make points out of a turnover. We, for the most part, did on a lot of those fumbles. I mean,
We
had
settled for field goals on a lot of them.
Yes. Yeah, which I'd rather be getting 3 than nothing. But, yeah, when you can turn those turnovers into some points, you're cooking with gas. Yeah, you ain't going to fucking... You give me any team in the NFL, you ain't going to fucking win when you give the ball over 7 fucking times. Oh, man. Oh, baby. We'll get into the defense. Defense was great. Offense, I feel like Kirk kind of had an average day, to be honest. He was 19 for 25, 207 yards, 1 TD, and a pick, kind of to top off the day.
It was a good day, not a great one.
I mean, like the throws
again.
he made were good throws. He had some bombs. He had some fucking lasers in there.
Yeah, he
But
had
just
some
the
deep
stat
balls.
line
He
is
had
not.
some really nice passes from rolling out. I mean, him rolling out to his left, I don't know what it is, but God,
Just fucking
he's like a
beats up.
perfect passer rating when he rolls out to his left.
Keep doing that then.
It's like the hardest pass to throw for a QB if you're right-handed and you're rolling out to your left. But he's doing
I love
it.
man. I love it. He's turning it on. He's been fired since, week 5? He's earning his money. Everybody shut up about that. I love it, man.
Well,
Let's do this shit.
That pick he threw was a bad one.
Well, you can't win them all.
Yeah, well, he might have been a little lucky not to throw a second pick. There was a play in the end zone where Irv Smith he kind of threw it up for grabs, and watching the play as it was happening, I was thinking that was going to be another pick, but it ended up just being incomplete.
Right.
But outside of those 2 throws, I mean, Cousins played
Very good.
played well.
Very good. Very good. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, as far as receiving, Diggs led the charge, looked fucking great out there. He was 4 for 6, 76 yards, no TDs. Rudy was in second place, 3 for 3, 48 yards. And guess who else was back in third place?
Hooked on a feeling.
Adam Thielen was back, 3 for 3, 27 yards.
Pretty quiet day for him, but
Kind of, yes.
it's nice to give him a game just to work his way back.
Oh, yeah.
too.
It had some crucial conversions in there as well. Moving the chains on the field for us.
Did he convert
Beast.
a couple first down? I actually don't remember that.
Well, I know there was.
Oh, he
some
did convert
huge,
one, I
Yeah,
remember,
yeah.
yeah.
There was that huge chunk that he got on that one.
Because there was the one where actually Cousins rolled out to his left and then hit Thielen for the for the conversion. You're right.
The old lefterino. BC was out there 1 for 1 with 19 yards. Yeah. As
I think
far
that was
as-
also a third down conversion, wasn't it?
I believe so. Yes.
With BC
I believe so.
or Ola BC. The BC or Ola BC? I thought it was Ola BC Johnson.
I thought it was just BC.
Huh. Yeah, maybe you're right. I don't know.
BCJ. Well, that's what we call him anyway. I was like, cut the Oli off there. Cut out the Oli, bring in the Lena. It's a North Dakota joke.
Just to make it 2 less syllables.
Yes. Correct.
Seems a little nitpicky, but okay. No, I'll start calling him BC. That's fine.
I don't know. That's what I call him. It probably is shortened. For rushing, as far as our rushing day goes, Mike Boone led the way. 13 carries, 56 yards, 2 touchdowns, average 4.3 yards per carry. Fantastic to see that depth of the third string come in, and it's like we're not even missing a fucking step.
Most of it was in the fourth quarter.
Right. Because Delvin played.
I mean, Boone looked good. There might have been a little defensive wear down taking effect at
True.
that time too,
Very true.
because it was late in the game, and the Vikings did win the time of possession, but only by a couple minutes. So I don't know. I mean, it might have been more just Boone being good.
I mean, I think it is a solid third stringer.
Well,
I love our depth of running backs. I
just
absolutely love
eye
it.
test watching him run. Just for me, yeah, Boone looked pretty good.
He did. We probably got the best three-man team in the fucking whole league.
Yeah, we might.
I'm not just being a fucking homer either. I think we honestly do.
I mean, I remember.
You kidding me?
Well, I remember in previous episodes where you thought we had the best 1-2 punch in running backs, and I kind of threw out a couple of possibilities for other teams. Yeah, I'm really hard pressed to think of a.
But have those two teams have those 1-2 get hurt, and then see what 3 do.
Yeah, for a 1-2-3.
Yeah, I bet not this. I bet not Booney boy.
Yeah,
Boone's
1-2-3. I
farm.
think I'd have to go with the Vikings.
Shout out to Cubert, Boone's farm. Yeah,
Hubert.
Cubert. Yeah, Cubert.
Very nice.
Delvin. Oh, I forgot to go over the giveaway, but we'll go over that. Delvin Cook, of course, had 9 carries still, only 27 yards, averaged 3 yards a carry. Amir Abdullah had 5 carries, 25 yards, averaged 5 a carry. That's
That
a
was
small sample size.
The
but
difference in defensive attention that was being paid
Yes,
to. Because in the
yes.
first half, the Chargers were just stacking the line of scrimmage with bodies. They
had it out for Delvin.
determined not to let Dalvin beat
Correct.
them. So,
Correct.
yeah, I mean, that 3 yards a carry Dalvin averaged this game, that doesn't really say much.
And that's the thing, man. I mean, all year we've used the run game. We love our run game. We've pounded the run game. I think it's catching up now. Now this is a second injury in the last 3-4 weeks. I think the pounding is starting to catch up now. So
Yeah, it could be.
I say we. What do you think? Do you think we should rest him and bring him into the playoffs? I think we just try to get by with Madison and Boone's farm and just make sure he is 100% for the playoffs, or do we try to? Or what's this NFC North looking like? Are we going to need him just to try to win the North? How important is just winning the North for us versus
I want
the playoffs?
Dalvin back for the Packer game.
Well, yeah, we all do.
I don't. Well, this sounds like a cop-out answer probably, but it probably just depends on how healthy he is.
Well, let's put it this way. You have option 1 is you bring him in for the last 2 games, and he probably re-aggravates an injury. Option 2 is sit him for the last 2 games, and he's 95% for the playoffs.
Well, what
Which one would you
percentages
pick
are
as the
we, like,
coach?
are you saying he's like, what, 70% for the Packer game? Or what? Like what? I guess I'm not sure.
Re-aggravating an injury going into the playoffs would be the main concern with keeping him playing.
Well, we
Definitely give him limited shares at least.
Well,
I feel like we
want
need
to
to
beat
cool
the
it with him.
Packers.
Well, yeah, but it's not just like one guy is going to do it for us.
Well, we haven't clinched a playoff spot yet. To
All
be
right,
fair.
that's true. We're 10-4. We don't have a playoff spot.
Haven't clinched
All
it
right.
yet. We do have to win one more game to clinch it, or have the Rams lose a game.
We beat these last 2. We win these last 2 games, and we will. We'll be fine. We're going to win the North. We're going to coast in the playoffs, and I hope Delvin's healthy, or I hope at least Madison's healthy.
Well, we'll need the Lions to beat the Packers that last week too.
Yeah, that's probably not going to happen there, big guy.
It could be a revenge game for the referee game earlier.
The referees, man. I saw some picture that was like Packer 2019 highlights, and it was just a bunch of yellow flags in like all the corners of the squares. It's like the highlights of the year.
Interesting tidbit: the 3 games that the Packers got a little referee help during.
Mm-hmm.
3 divisional games this year.
No.
Absolutely.
No. I don't believe you.
Well, you do.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, you believe me.
Yeah, unfortunately. All right.
Stupid Packers and the referees.
Kirk Cousins is even up in the top 5 with 3 carries, 14 yards, and 4.7 average yards. He looked like he was on ice skates out there, huh?
Well, that 3rd and 1 where
He's
they
floating
play
around.
actioned it and he
Yeah.
rolled out, that
liked it.
fooled everybody.
I liked it, though. I liked it. I liked
that
to
was
see
a nice
him run
play
little
call
bit.
there.
And you could say he's unaware. You could say he's unathletic with the scrambling and running the ball. But he's really shaping up.
Well, he's not the best athlete in the world, but we don't really want Cousins running the ball too much.
Correct.
We'd rather just
a lot more.
just let him throw from the pocket.
Then you get smacked a lot more.
Because he has pretty elite arm talent.
Yeah.
He's just not
It'd be nice to be able to
fastest guy in
extend the
world.
play when that O-line constantly collapses. But yeah.
Well, moving around inside the pocket is one thing. I mean, he can do that fine.
Okay. What did you think of our O-line in this game? Obviously, they were doing something right.
Yeah, no, the O-line was fine. The offensive line has kind of been gelling as the season goes, which is what you want.
Mm-hmm. Not a lot of changes. They've been fairly consistent. Not a ton of injury. I mean, obviously, you're always going to have an injury here or there, but we've been
not a whole lot of
I feel like
penalties
they've been
called on him
consistent.
this game either.
Mhm.
So I mean, I think that might be the next step is to clean up the penalties now that we're starting to block better.
I feel like that's pretty much every game. Got to clean up some things. Listen to Zimmer's press conference after clean up a couple things.
Pretty much every coach in the world says that.
After every game.
Yeah, yeah.
Gotta clean up some things. All right. I thought our defense looked good. You can say whatever you want about the first half, the first quarter or two, holding them to 10 points. I thought the last game, the Lions game and this game, I thought have been the two better defensive performances, if not all year, for a while.
I wouldn't say all year.
Yeah.
Well, I think that Falcons game season opener might have been our best defensive.
Well, we were fresh as hell.
But a couple of parallels between that game and this game. Eric Wilson had a block punt again,
Hell
just like
yeah.
in week 1.
Hell yeah. We also pinned him in like the 5 on one of those.
Partially blocked.
Yeah.
Chris Boyd
when we
made
pinned
a
him down?
really nice special teams play.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, keeping it from going in. to the
Yeah,
end
he
zone.
did.
Sure.
I didn't think we could touch it
No,
when it
we're
was
allowed to.
in air.
Yeah,
to
we're
kinda
allowed to
hold
touch
it,
it.
like hold it back. All right.
Yeah, but then we still have to down it again
Correct.
after that.
hold it. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Love it. Love it.
Mhm.
Special teams looking good like usual.
Well,
Yeah,
except for
okay.
that missed extra point.
Well, right, yeah. Otherwise, I really have nothing, and that's not the end of the world. Bailey was still 4 for 4 on field goals, 44 long. Yeah, 3 for 4 for extra points. That ain't whatever, dude. That don't bother me. You feel like you should. I'd rather he miss a. Well, I don't rather he miss a field goal, but the extra point is easier. It's more that given. It should be easier. You're closer.
You get nervous easier when they miss an extra point than you do when they miss like a 45-yard field goal.
Wow.
That's how it goes for me anyway.
The 45-yard field goal is more important, and it's more points. I'd rather he miss the extra point. If I had to pick between the two, the lesser of the two evils is the extra point. But yes, I see what you mean. I see what you mean.
I got you.
Stroke line
You all
on
right
the
over
air.
there, A-Train?
Settle down, man. You know, I tried to go look for more examples where I stroked out like an idiot and fumbled my words. Couldn't find them. And I can't sit and spend
Well, it's 'cause
3
you had
hours
blackout
literally
strokes
listening
while
to
you
every
were-
episode trying to find stuff.
Suffered from more strokes while you were going through your.
I can't. I would
Editing.
literally have to sit down and just listen to the first like 10, 15 minutes of every episode, 20 episodes. I don't got the time for that just to find some stuff. So I did what I could. I did what I could with my profile.
You
Anyway,
did fine.
I thought it was fine.
I
It
thought
sucked. It sucked versus the other ones, but it was fine.
The defense looked a little shaky in the first half.
Okay.
I mean, Mike Hughes got beat a couple times. It looked like they were putting Keenan Allen in the slot a little more in the first half. And
Okay.
yeah, Keenan Allen beat Mackenzie Alexander a couple times. I don't remember seeing Xavier Rhodes out there too much.
That's
Did
a
he
good thing.
not get a whole lot of snaps? You know,
That's a good thing. I think they were doing a rotation again like last game.
okay.
I think they were doing a fairly heavy, consistent rotation, so it's not just,
Well, Mike Hughes, he struggled with Mike Williams a little bit in the first half, and Keenan Allen out of the slot was working for the Chargers too. And my God, we couldn't stop a 3rd and long to save our lives that first half.
Didn't
It
matter.
was frustrating, actually.
Didn't matter.
I mean, everybody kind of forgets about it because we ended up blowing them out in the second half and everything. But I do remember that, so.
Well, you're gonna just harbor that for the rest of your life, huh?
Well,
Harbor that hate.
yeah,
Let
maybe
it
not.
in.
Maybe
Let
not.
it in.
But that play right before halftime,
Yes.
where Daniil Hunter
Who did what?
got the sack, stripped Phillip Rivers, was a fumble, and then Austin Eckler
damn.
actually had a chance to recover it, and then Kendricks was right on him saying, "No, you don't," and he got the ball away from him, and then Odenabo recovered it.
picked it
brought
up.
it back to the house.
Yep, ran it down. And you know what the best thing is about a big man touchdown? A big man spike.
Well,
That's the best thing.
big men watching him try to do a Lambo leap, that was kind of funny. He didn't get much air on that jump.
And that just triggered a brain reminder. Don't forget to mention how this was a home game for the Vikings.
Oh, yeah.
And you could visibly hear a skull chant while we were kicking, I think, one of our first field goals or extra points.
I think it was when the Chargers kicker was
yeah,
kicking.
you're right. As like a distraction
field goal or
technique.
something.
Yep.
The crowd
Yep,
was
right.
trying to get in his head and yelling skull.
And I saw people on social media like panning around all the purple, and man,
On TV, it
fantastic.
looked like it was about 80% Viking
that's
fans.
fucking so awesome. That is so awesome. Vikings Nation, you are the best among the best.
Hell, a couple years ago, the Viking fans overtook Lambeau Field even.
Really?
Got a skull chant. Well, you remember that. It was around Christmas time. It was super cold back when Keenum was our QB.
Faintly.
And we beat him 16-0 in Lambeau.
Oh, the shutout.
It was the shutout.
Yeah.
And we were getting a skull chant going in Lambeau Field because, I mean, the Packer fans had all left. The Viking fans overtook Lambeau that day. Beautiful.
But on honest to God, though, find me another game, find me another team's fan base this season that you go to an away game like that, and the traveling team's fans literally have a bigger percentage of support in colors. Find me in their fucking
think
team.
You could
I bet
point
it doesn't
to
happen.
just about any Chargers game, though.
It's just kind of a Chargers thing?
It's a Chargers thing. 'cause-
Okay. Aren't they getting a new stadium or something?
Well, they're going to have a new stadium next
Yeah,
season.
guess what? It's still going to fucking suck.
Well, they've had a lot of injuries this year. The Chargers.
He's still going to fucking suck.
I don't know if I would guarantee that. Well, Phillip Rivers looks like he's done. I'll give you that.
I fucking hope he is. Don't get me wrong. He's had a decent career. He's a decent quarterback, but
Father Time is catching up to him.
don't really care. Maybe a little overrated. I don't know, man. I could ramble. I'm probably wrong, but I just don't give a fuck about the guy or the Chargers. Is that so wrong? I mean,
Not really.
get it out of my face. Like that show on The Onion. Get it out of my face.
Well, the Chargers have talent. I mean, they've.
Well, yeah, a lot of teams. Fuck, the Browns have talent.
Well, the Chargers have had a lot of injuries, though, too, and everything. I think the jury might still be out on Anthony Lynn as a head coach. Phillip Rivers is done. They need to get a different QB, probably.
Yeah, and I bet they got Jack and shit, and Jack just left town for backups for new potential too. So have fun with that, Chargers.
They'll probably be drafting a QB pretty early next year.
It's fucking hard to find a good QB in this league, man.
Yeah,
Hard as hell. Just
It
look at
is.
our team's history.
it is.
All right, back to the defense here. I'll just run down the stats. But no, I thought this was a good overall. Even though you were frustrated the first
Well,
half.
everything after that play, the Odenabo play,
Oh,
I mean, it was
momentum.
just all Vikings after that.
momentum.
Yeah.
That ended the second half. We came out of the beginning of the first half, first drive. Melvin Gordon fumbles.
Very first play of the third quarter. Yep.
Fucking love it, man.
Yeah,
Thank you,
Shamar
Melvin.
Stephan stripped Melvin Gordon there.
Thank you, Melvin.
He fumbled twice that game. Melvin Gordon.
AP Jr. over there.
I guess best friend to Trey Waynes, too, off
Really?
the field. Oh, I think they went to high school together.
Ah, gotcha.
Trey Waynes. I mean, they
Gotcha.
played for rival colleges, but, but whatever. I mean,
Learn
they're
something
friends.
new every day. Every day. Okay, so let's take a look. It's in a book, Vikings Rainbow. Daniil Hunter got a sack. Odenabo got a sack. Jaleel, did I do that? Johnson got a sack. Only 3 sacks for the day.
The
Yeah.
Jaleel Johnson sack was kind of a coverage sack.
Yeah. that's very
It,
true.
there wasn't a ton of pressure that play, but
Right.
coverage was good that play, and then Jaleel finally got there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, some tackles for loss in there too. Let's go over to the team stats real quick. We had yards were super close. Kind of this is kind of a surprising stat for how not close the score is. We put up 344 total yards. They put up 345. They actually beat us by
They had a yard more, huh?
Okay. That's all right. it's like they were doing what we were doing and moving the ball plenty, and their offense was clicking, then they would just give it up.
Well, I think a lot of
Move
those
down, give
yards
it up.
were in the first half.
Yeah, that's true too.
In the
Well,
second half,
yeah.
they did have that one drive where they kind of drove it towards the end of the third quarter, but then they had to go for it and they didn't get it. That's some yards to get, but then no points.
Right, and I've said that before. You could drive down the field all fucking day, but if you don't punch it in, fucking worthless.
Well, sure.
mean,
That
just like
was
you could
game
get-
flow that was dictating all that too.
You could get turnovers all day long. You could be on the receiving end of turnovers and fumbles all day long and not make anything of them, and they fucking don't mean anything. You got to turn it into points, boy. It's all about the points, boy.
Well, our team, the Vikings, they weren't super efficient with converting the turnovers to points today, but my God, 7 turnovers. Oof.
So you're saying there's a chance?
Yeah, the 7 turnovers was the biggest difference in this game.
Yeah.
It wasn't a massive time of possession edge, and they did outgain us by a yard. Well, anyway, I'm sorry. Go ahead and continue with
that yardage is just kind of that yardage is surprising to me. Passing yards, they beat us on that. We had 207 passing yards. They had 283 rushing yards. We kind of had them by the balls. We put up 137. Not a bad day's work, especially with that not even being Delvin leading or Madison.
how about Mike
being our
Boone
third
those last
string.
couple drives in the
Love
fourth
it.
quarter, just
Love
putting the
it.
game away?
Absolutely.
Very
love it.
nice.
Boone's Farm, baby. So we had 137. They had 62. Average yards per play, again, almost tied. We had 5.5 yards per play. They had 5.7. Again, they were just squeaking out being better.
Mm-hmm.
Fumbles lost. Again, they lost 4. We threw 1 pick. They threw 3. They allowed 3 sacks. We allowed goose egg. Like to fucking see that every time, obviously.
Oh, was Kirk Cousins never sacked
0.
this game? Whoa.
0 on the stats. 0
I know
on the
he had the
stats.
one play where
They
he
got to him and he tossed it
ran
away
backwards about 10 yards and
Yeah.
then threw it away, but
Correct.
Okay.
Never got sacked, man. Can you watch? Fuck. Jesus Christ.
well, I thought maybe there was a sack in there somewhere, but I guess not.
Let you watch the game, man.
I
Hammer
did
and
watch.
Mikey.
I did watch the game.
I
What are you
need
talking
a
about?
refresher. I forgot it all.
Oh,
Your brain's worse than mine in some aspects.
oh, you take that back.
You filled
sir.
your brain with chess, Batman bullshit, DC bullshit, and then it's just leaking out. Vikings information just leaking out your ears into the toilet.
Yeah.
All right. Third down efficiency. Guess who won? The Chargers. We were 50%. They were 54.
Yeah.
So again,
that's not a good number for our defense,
no, it's not. But
especially
again,
since a lot of them were third and longs.
it didn't matter. It's not like it was the changer of the game. So
It could have been though. You never know.
yeah. Well, if it was more just a straight up shootout and neither defense was really stopping the other team and we're both just driving down the field on each other, like that one Saints and whoever game.
Well, would you want to go into the Packer game next week with our defense allowing 54% on third downs? I don't.
No,
Yeah, that number needs to get better.
it's hard to stop Aaron anyway. So
Well, that number needs to get better than 54%, though.
all right, whatever you say. Hey, we won TOP 32 minutes and 19 seconds versus 27 minutes and 41 seconds.
Excellent. Hammer likes that.
Penalties, both average 5. They had 5, we had 5. So nothing too off base there. And I don't think ours were necessarily in really bad times.
I don't.
Or really pushing us back when man, we could have had that, third and 2 or whatever, and it's like, oh, now we got the penalty, now we're fucked, now we got to punt. I don't think that really happened, did it?
Not particularly. I think
Yeah.
there might have been an offensive hold or two, like on back-to-back plays.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I didn't think the refereeing was really terrible or anything. I thought the refereeing was fine this game.
Okay.
I don't know. What'd you think?
I thought the refereeing was fine. Yeah.
Okay.
I guess I didn't.
We agree.
When you don't notice it, then that's usually a good thing type of thing. Remember, just like a corner. If you're like,
Sure.
yeah, were they even out there? It's like that's probably a good thing because you weren't watching them get burned. You weren't watching them get fucking
Or an
caught on
offensive
all day
lineman.
long. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Same thing.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't see him getting a penalty called on him, so he must have been doing something right. Yeah. Yeah, our TDs. Just to reiterate, I don't think we did yet. Irv Smith got the first passing TD. Right in the end zone. That was
Nice
fantastic.
diving catch.
Yep. Shoulders in the end zone. Love it. Good job, Irv Smith. Second game in a row he's got one, I believe. I think he got one in the Lions game, didn't he? I know he is at least Lions or Seahawks, I think.
Yeah, I think he did.
But yeah, good job, Irv.
He caught one against the Broncos, I know.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
And then, of course, Mike Boone got 2 rushing touchdowns. My God. Yeah, we got no problems with... yes, I want to see Delvin out there and healthy. Yes, I want to see Madison out there and healthy. But if they're not, I don't feel that distraught about it.
Boone can have a nice game against the Packers.
Yeah. I don't feel like there's that big of a gap in talent.
There's not a massive gap, no.
You got your Dalvin, and then 1 notch down, 2 notches down, you got your Madison. 1 notch down, you got your Boone. It's not that big of a gap. It's not like some guy who doesn't play that much, kind of sucks. You're not sure about him yet. So I like that. Anyway, any other final words on the defense? We're at the 56-minute mark here of episode Century.
Well, that second half defense was a lot better than the first half. As far as the offense, the championship mindset, Rain Man from Purple Pain, I think he must have loved how the Vikings closed this game out.
Probably just stomp on the throat instead of... I think he has a point. Wasn't he trying to say that Zimmer is very safe, very conservative?
Well, that he gets conservative when he gets a lead.
Right.
And there's probably some truth to that. But, I mean, this game, like right after we stopped them on that 4th down in the third quarter there where they went for the touchdown, the very first play on that next drive, play action, we hit Kyle Rudolph for a... whatever it was, like a 18-yard pass or something like that. That putting our foot on their throats and squashing their jugular, just bam. This was probably, as far as closing out a game, if you're looking for the championship mindset, like Rain Man from the Purple Pain forums, this was the best game of the season so far.
I think so.
Just for closing out a game.
And all of our picks were I don't know if we for sure, just to make sure that we went over that. Harry got a pick.
Mike Hughes got a pick.
Ant-Man
got a pick.
Right? And then
I think it was just those 3 for picks, and then there were 4 fumbles.
Four. Yep. I think you're right. Yep. Correct. 4 fumbles. Yep. Thank you, Melvin Gordon.
Yeah.
I will send you a Christmas card in the mail from Odin's Den. Thanking you for the turnovers. All right.
That's a very A-Train move.
Hey, I'm a giving kind of guy.
Sure you are.
Any final words on this fantastic 39-10 Iowa won the prediction game? We don't even have to do this anymore. Isn't that kind of fun? We can just skip that part of the episode. We don't got to do this. Got to do that anymore.
Yeah,
I guess sit here and spend 5 minutes of dead air racking my brain with what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, I guess we didn't start doing this right away. It was just last season and now this season.
Correct.
So now you've pulled even. I won last year.
We could give away the game ball. We give away the game ball.
Oh, the game ball. That's right. Almost forgot about that.
When we lose, we give away the fucking toilet seat. When we win, we give away the game ball. Who'd you give the game ball to?
Game ball. Well, I'm thinking it would either be Afadio Denabo or Mike Boone.
I would want to think the same things. Both in big plays, momentum-changing plays. Both did great. Maybe not a big sample size of their big plays, but out there contributing, obviously.
I mean, Mike Boone coming in and closing out the game and keeping everything stable after Dalvin got injured was nice.
I'd vote that. Yep.
But the single most important play of the game
be
the Odenabo play.
Yep. But was it just right place, right time? I'm not trying to take anything away from Afadi, but he was just kind of he was kind of by the ball, and then he didn't get it, and then it kind of came back around to him again and just picked it up and ran it in. Is it really just right place, right time? Did he do anything specific that was stand out? I'm just trying to break this down. I'm not trying to be negative.
No.
I'm just saying.
Well, it was impressive that he ran at the 56 yards or whatever it was, because he did run it 56 yards for the touchdown.
And Daniil was blocking for him.
And,
I kind of wish Daniil would have picked it up in a way, just because he's the beast athlete. But nothing wrong to again Ofadi. But Yeah, Daniil was blocking for him and he ran it down.
Well,
I don't know,
Daniil
man.
caused the fumble too.
He did.
A lot of times it's just simple logistics, where if the guy's causing the fumble, someone else usually tends to recover it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not all the time, but usually it is.
Mm-hmm.
I would vote Odenabo.
You scramble, you grab it, you take it to the house. You gonna vote him? All right.
Yeah,
I'll
I'm
agree.
going to say Odenabo.
I'll agree. Let's give it to the young man.
Okay, yeah,
Let's do
Fadi Odenabo, you get the Odin's Den game ball. I mean,
Hell
shoot,
yeah.
that it was so important to score the touchdown that play too.
Yeah,
Because there was how much time left? Like 7 seconds left?
something like that. Right before
mean,
the half, man.
Yeah, if we weren't scoring the touchdown with that run, it was probably just going to be a field goal then. So,
Mhm.
yeah, big play. Go Odenabo.
Love it. Have a game, young man. All right. Well, yeah, like I mentioned, if that's it for the Chargers game, let's go ahead and
giveaway.
comment on the giveaway. Correct. The giveaway, the big money giveaway. Man, episode 100, good win against the Chargers. And we gave away a fan chest to a lucky winner. Not too many people signed up for the fan chest. Interesting to see a sign up coming out of Norway, a sign up coming out of Australia, across the U.S.
So you just drew names out of a hat, right?
Well, not literally, but yeah, a random number generator and then looked at the
okay.
entries, yes, and then picked the one.
Well, who's the winner?
The winner is Mark out of North Dakota. He has been picked as the winner. Unfortunately, some of the sizes are sold out for the shirt sizes that you can pick, so he will have to wait. But yes, I don't know when that'll even be available, but yes, as soon as Fan Chest has that available, we will ship that to him. Yes, he is the winner for this Fan Chest for December of 2019. We will do another one of those probably sooner than later, to be honest. We might even turn around and do one in January for the end of the season. But yeah,
Well, congratulations, Mark.
yes, congratulations.
Thanks for listening, too.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, man. It's a good day. It's a good week. Christmas is right around the corner. Get your Secret Santa something special.
So do you have Ronster booked for the next episode then?
I do. We're actually probably going to record on Christmas Day in the evening.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. That's when he's available. So,
Okay.
yeah, it's probably when we're just going to be able to do it. Yeah, so that episode will go up late for sure because that's Wednesday. So that episode will probably be up Wednesday night. Obviously, everybody's busy. It's probably going to be the lowest listened to one of the year anyway for obvious reasons. I don't expect somebody to listen to Odin's Den when right around that time, Tuesday's Christmas Eve day, Wednesday's Christmas Eve, and we put the episode out usually Monday night going into Tuesday morning. Well, obviously, that's going to go to the wayside. I understand. I'm the same way. I'm busy with...
Christmas Day works better than Christmas Eve for Ronster?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
God.
Well, Ronster...
Yeah, Zimmer interrupted you. Be quiet.
Yeah, Ronster deserves to have his shot at the Packers.
Yeah. Last year, he was here for the Seahawks game.
Mm-hmm.
So it will be interesting to play the Packer drops that I love and I've been waiting to play. LaFleur, you can cram it up your cram hole. And yeah,
I
see
do
what
have one
Ronster's-
more drop. I might try to get you that before
Okay.
Christmas Eve then or something.
Okay. All right, Hammer. All right. We'll have to do our gift exchange too. It's still waiting, sitting right over there. Everybody else, have a good rest of your week. It's December 16th. Remember to check us out online, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We'll let you know right here again on the podcast, or probably the social media next time for the next giveaway. I probably will put that up on Facebook next time. Check out our designs, if you please. Let's get cooking with Delvin Cook. It's got SKOL on the back. We got our Getting Diggy with it, where he's digging graves for the NFC North. All of our great designs over there at Odin's Den. We'd appreciate it if you check it out and support the podcast. We don't ask for much. I just ask that you listen. I love that you listen to us. Thank you for listening to episode 100. We really appreciate it. We wouldn't be here without you.
I literally ask for nothing.
Yes, yes, you do. That's why I just give you Burger King coupons. The next game, week 16, Monday night, 7:15. We're in prime time. It's kind of the meh of the prime times. Or was that the Thursday game? Maybe that's the Thursday game. I don't know. Out of the three
You're wondering
prime
which one
time
is more
games,
prestigious. I mean, Monday Night Football has a lot more history.
aren't there two games Monday night though too?
An opening week.
Oh, yeah,
there
you're
are now.
right,
Yeah.
right. I always forget that. Anyway, Monday night, 7:15 Central, ESPN. The Packers come home. It's the Packers coming to U.S. Bank. The Bears coming to U.S. Bank. I couldn't ask for a better way to end the fucking season. Oh, yeah, guess what? I posted on the social media for the last episode. We're the only team in the league going into the Chargers game that's 6-0 at home, motherfuckers. We're lossless, bitch. We are lossless.
I think we're going to keep it that way the rest
We
of
are
this year.
lossless at home. No other team can say that. Not the Patriots. Fucking fuck off.
I think we're going to finish the season 8-0 at home in the regular season.
Not the Ravens, which I hope actually do better than the Patriots so we get some fresh blood in the Super Bowl, for Christ's sake. No other team in the league, man, can say that they're lossless at home. So, SKOL. SKOL Vikings. Okay. Check out the Packer game. Check out Odin's Den. Thank you for listening.
Check out the Purple Pain Forums.
PurplePainForums.com. OdinsDenPodcast.com. Any final words, you greasy caveman-looking cheeseburger-eating Sasquatch?
Well, you stroke-having numbskull. I'm not good at insulting people, but I guess I'm not gonna be on the podcast until after Christmas. So happy
Oh, thank
holidays
God.
and
Thank the Lord.
yeah, just happy holidays and Merry Christmas to everyone listening to this right now.
Yeah, technically the next episode will come out on Christmas Day, but yes.
But it won't be me, and
Everybody have fun at your Christmas parties and your family and your friends, and give gifts and receive gifts and enjoy company and celebrate the spirit of Christmas, whatever that is to you. All right, well, one more Gallahorn for the road. It is episode 100 after all. We've done this 100 fucking times. My voice should be hoarse by now. Thank you for
excellent
listening.
work, super producer man.
Thank you, Hammer. Thank you for listening, everybody. JB, take us home with your original outro.
Thank you for listening to Odin's Den. Be sure to follow us on iTunes, SoundCloud, and YouTube. Get all of the latest on OdinsDenPodcast.com. SKOL.